What's good, Renegade Nation? Before we begin the video, I'd like to give a shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters and YouTube members. Dark Paradigm, Send Lewd Parchments, seriously, Sebastian Sonic 12 and 11, Texan Sasquatch, Dante 151, Mariposa, Christine Philogene, Le Bluinator, Caramelized Boy, Craig Ellington, Graffiti Turtle, Jenny, Travis Tennant, Viper King 15, Texan Sasquatch, hey, and Noah Strife. And I would also like to especially thank our executive producers, Joshua Fix, The Gimpster 101, and Bevan Brummer. Thank you all very much for your support. If you want to become a YouTube member, click the join button, which is down by the subscribe button down below. And if you want to become a Patreon supporter, click the link in the description to find out more. We'll see you there. I will never forget when Jim Carrey played the Grinch. It was funny. I'm not going to lie. It was actually funny. Jim Carrey was the best part of that film. And, yeah, I'll be honest with y'all. I love the Grinch cartoon from when I was a kid. And part of me, I hate to say this now, but part of me when I was a kid kind of rooted for the Grinch when he was stealing Christmas. I don't know why. Maybe it's because green was my favorite color. But anyway, when he had his change of heart and everything, woo, everything was good. But yeah, How the Grinch Stole Christmas is probably, I'd say outside of Cat in the Hat, is Dr. Seuss's most famous work.
It's one of my favorites of his.
Oh, it is me too. I mean, I remembered like there was this collection of Dr. Seuss books my mom got at a Goodwill store that someone just gave away. She got them for like $7. It was How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Cat in the Hat Comes Back, Green Eggs and Ham, One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, and Hop on Pop. What was the other one? I forget, but yeah, we got like 7 or 8 of the Dr. Seuss books. I still wish I had them. To this day, I still wish I could find them. But what?
I was going to say, this,
oh, yes,
by the way, was requested.
Yeah, this one was requested on our Discord.
By JM, CEO and Protector of Films.
Yes.
Who I think is a Patreon saint.
Yeah, if they're pink, yes.
They get to pick their color, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
you can actually click on their name, see if it, on their profile, see
yeah, that's a good point. Because I was going to say, I hope he's a Patreon. Yeah, he is, okay.
Okay, yeah.
I hope he's a Patreon saint because he posted 4 requests in a row.
Thank you, patron saint.
You get 4 instead of 2 per week if you are a Patreon saint. So.
Yeah.
But we very much appreciate that support.
Yes.
And very much appreciate the Babish recommendation because I did want to watch some more Babish. So.
Oh, I always love watching Babish. I mean, Babish is like one of my favorite like YouTubers. And especially during isolation because, you know, you and I, we both cook. We're both getting more and more into cooking.
Yeah.
You've sort of mastered
Cooking is a good hobby
way.
to be into when you're in isolation. To be able to make stuff for yourself that's decent to eat and stuff. And
yeah, in which
saves
Babish,
you money too.
In which Babish, I actually followed part of his egg in a hole or egg in a nest recipe. Mm-hmm. I followed it, and for the most part, it's worked out beautifully. Although I will say this, I don't add as much kosher salt. I mean, he kind of kills it with kosher salt, which that's always the joke.
I'm probably gonna ask for like more cook supplies for Christmas, actually, like
yeah,
maybe a meat thermometer and stuff. Cause
I
really want an expensive one.
Pro grade meat thermometer. Mm-hmm. I'd like that one that you can like put in the oven with your roast or something like that.
Yeah, one of the ones that reads instantly would be nice.
Yes, that'd be awesome. But all right, considering it is by the time you're watching this, it is December. How the Grinch Stole Christmas will probably be somewhere out there, whether you're watching on TV, whether you rent it on Amazon or whatever. Maybe YouTube will pull a good one and let people watch it for free for the month of December. Who knows? But Binging with Babish decided to do the Whoville Roast Beast, which is effectively, the indiscernible meat that they have there, you know, to like supplement like the turkey, the ham, you know, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But Benjamin Babish has this queued up here. Let's get it up on screen and let's give it a watch. Here we go.
He brought everything back, all the food for the feast. And he himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beast.
The roast
Hey, what's up, guys?
beast.
Welcome
and little
back
Cindy
to
Lou Who.
Binging with it. Oh, look at this. I have a package. Oh, it's from Dollar Shave Club, the very sponsor of this episode. A product that I am proud to endorse.
Didn't you
I
just-
honestly
Actually,
say
have
that I've
some
been a
of their
customer
stuff on
theirs
the way.
Since
Nice.
2013. They've grown up a lot since then and are now offering shave, shower, and oral care.
I don't know how
starter
recent
kits,
this
each of
episode
which you
is,
can get
or if he
right
still
now
has
for
a
Last year,
sponsorship.
this is,
now,
Christmas time
admittedly,
last
I've been
year.
a Four-Blade customer for the
I was
past
trying to
5
find
years, so
somebody
I'm
who
excited
has
to try
that
out
sponsorship
this
so I
6-blade
could use their
executive
code,
premier
but I couldn't
shaving
find anybody that had
experience. And no matter what your routine is, Dollar Shave Club has everything you need to look, feel, and smell your best. So get your starter set for $5 today by following
Andrew,
the link in this video's
come on.
description if you want that bad.
I can't be mad at that. That's
But
funny.
For now, what do you say we make
That's
us
fucking
some
funny.
roast beast? I'm going to start by making a stuffing. I have some apple sage pork sausage here that I'm going to bust out.
sounds delicious.
AKA break it up into little tiny pieces, place it in a non-stick
Usually his
skillet,
first
and
one
cook
is
to
his
a lovely
half-assed
golden brown.
version.
We're not going to worry about fond in this case because it's a non-stick pan and there's nothing to deglaze. Instead, we're just going to throw in our aromatics.
Ooh.
I've got some red onion and chopped celery here. We're just going to sweat these for 3 or 4 minutes until they are soft and translucent. See how high we can toss them in the air to try and impress our internet audience? And now it's time to address the figurative meat of our stuffing, the bread. I'm going to go with these day-old cornbread muffins. Not only are they going to have the perfect consistency,
A lot of
but all
cornbread
that
muffins.
extra exterior surface
Well, it's for
area is going to
stuffing,
help them
so
retain their shape. Now it's
I
time to mix
understand.
it all together, and I am not repeating mistakes of yore. I have an appropriate
My grandma
large-sized
usually makes
bowl
like a
ready to
pan
go.
of
And into
cornbread
this, we're
and then
dumping about
uses
5
that for
cups
the
of
stuffing.
cornbread, our aromatics, our sausage, and maybe a cup and a half of chicken stock. And then because the center of the roast beast looked pretty red, I'm going to try and up the red content with some cranberries. By now, I'm sure
Oh.
you're wondering, what is the roast beast? Well, I submit that it is a turkey. And obviously it's a cartoon animal, but it's got legs, wings, and it's boneless. So I'm thinking that by deboning the majority of the turkey, but leaving the wings and legs intact, and then making a roulade with our boneless turkey, we'll at least have a
Yeah, he's
visually close
excavating the
approximation.
spine
So as you can
and the
see,
rib
starting at
cage.
the backbone on one side of the turkey, I'm making shallow cuts around the carcass, trying to remove as much meat as possible until I
think
hit
rather
the
than him
breastbone.
going with a
Then
half-assed
repeat on the
joke
other side
version at the
again,
beginning,
stopping
he's
right before
going
I hit the
all out
breastbone,
for-
and then being
Would you
very
say that
careful
he's
to
going
there's no gap
ham?
between the breastbone
Yeah.
and the skin, and it's
Uh,
important not to
well,
be
this is turkey,
too
so
sensitive
it's-
to
that
the
joke
doesn't work.
roulade. Just keep making careful, shallow
Yep.
cuts until you
There
have
it is.
emancipated the carcass. And right here, you've got the perfect thing to make stock for gravy. This is a ton of cartilage, meat, and bone. And while I'm leaving the bones
Yeah.
in the drumsticks, I'm going to remove the thigh bone. To do that, you need to cut down the length of the bone, find the joint, worm your knife in between the bones, and there you go. Sometimes it helps to scrape down the side of the bone like this so you can find the joint more easily. Then once I've got the second thigh bone out of there, I'm going to repeat for the first wing bones. I know I'm not being terribly thorough, so go check out Chef John's video for how to debone a whole turkey. The last step we're going to do is place some diagonal cuts on the breasts and unfold them up toward the neck so we have a bit more even dispersion of meat. And if your meat's looking particularly craggy like mine, I'm going to go ahead and give it a good pound with a meat mallet or a fry pan, and then it's time to stuff. And most importantly, remember that we forgot to season with kosher salt and freshly ground pepper. Remove the stuffing and get that out of the way. Make sure it is coated gently.
That's one thing I was
like,
gonna.
oh shit.
That's one thing I'll always say about Babish. It's like we're gonna spackle this with a light bit of kosher salt. Proceeds to create the Dead Sea.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Generously and
Just
evenly
joking,
all
I love
over
Babish.
before piling in the stuffing of your choice, or you might
Yeah.
end up with a pretty bland turkey roulade. And after all this work and how pretty it's going to turn out, that would be a real shame. So now we're going to fold the turkey onto itself like big meaty French doors, and then it's time to start a tying. Place butcher knots
I was
or
wondering if he
slip
was
knots
gonna
or
do like a
whatever bullshit
sewing
knot
or-
I'm tying right now at 1-inch intervals up the length of the bird, tying around the thighs particularly tightly because we want them closer to the body, just so they cook a little bit more evenly. Then I'm going to tie the drumsticks together, snip off the excess twine, season the exterior liberally with kosher salt and freshly ground pepper. I don't want a bland bite in this bird. And then I'm going to hit the whole thing with a little bit of vegetable oil. This is going to help the skin brown more quickly, since this tom is going to spend less time in the oven than a traditional turkey, because it's smaller, and that's how heat works. But much like a spatchcock turkey, I'm going to tuck the wingtips underneath the body and wrap the ends of the drumsticks in a little bit of foil. This is just going to help them to keep from burning. And look at that. It kind of looks like the roast beast, doesn't it? And now we got to do the roasting
kind
part
of, yeah.
at 450 degrees.
We'll have to see
for 15
what it looks
minutes,
like
and then turn
cooked.
the temperature down to 350 Fahrenheit and roast it for an
Ooh, that
additional
came out
hour and a half to
beautiful.
2 hours until the thickest part of the stuffing registers 155. Now we're just gonna remove this guy from the rack here, I don't know, it's kind of a two-man job here. I wish I had a little bit of help. Oh my god, you guys, look who it is. It's Rashid. He came all the way downtown just to help me get the turkey out of the thing. So with our two tongs working as one, we're going to put this on
Teamwork,
a cooling rack
ladies
for
and
about
gentlemen.
30 minutes. Thanks
Teamwork
for helping
makes
me
the
out,
dream
Rashid.
work.
I miss knowing that you are sleeping just down the hall from me. Anyway, like I said, 30 minutes, we're letting this guy rest. We want those meat fibers to relax and for the internal temperature to rise to 165. Then, for the first time in a long time, we are resurrecting the cross-section. And what a cross-section it is. It's like a whole Thanksgiving dinner.
Beautiful.
And now, little who's, before we can feast, all that's left to do is carve the roast beast. I'm not sure what that was an impression of, but whatever. We're hitting this guy with a little bit of gravy that we made from the stock that we made from the carcass. If you want to see how to make turkey stock, check out the link in the upper right-hand corner right now. And we got ourselves an obvious Clean Plate Club member here. Juicy meat, crisp skin, and holiday cheer, all in one rolled-up package.
Very nice.
I don't want to fall you off the lens, so it's got to be cold. Oh my god, here we go.
Do it, Andrew.
Shaved butter here. Oh, I didn't think. Not the time. I'm so cold. Oh my god. Come on.
This reminds me of me when I did the ice bucket thing down at Primordic.
What do I do now?
That shit freezes.
I'm wearing something. I don't know. I have no idea what to do.
Take your clothes off and dry off, and then put on a new layer. Yeah, there you go.
This will be a Patreon exclusive. When he takes off the dress.
No, this is an OnlyFans exclusive. This is OnlyFans, Andrew. You've reached a new level. You can't post shit like well, you can post shit like this on Patreon, but that's not where the money is. OnlyFans.
Dollar Shave Club.
Well done.
Enough. Very nice.
Well done. Well done.
So they basically just taught us how to make stuffed turkey, is what it was.
Yeah. Which honestly, I'm not
It's
against.
pretty good.
I've had stuffed roast turkey.
So I kind of assumed when it said roast beast that it was going to be roast beef. You know.
Well, yeah, one would assume because naming, but roast beef isn't really something that you have like during holidays.
True,
But I have had. I will say this though. I have had roasted beef at one point, and it was probably the best I've ever had in my entire life because they smoked it for 14 hours.
damn.
It was a beef brisket that absolutely just knocked me on my ass. Brisket is impossibly tough if you don't cook it right. You can't pan sear it. You can't deep fry it. You can't do anything to it. You can probably tenderize the shit out of it with the thing that I got up there and maybe quick cook it, but to make it to where it is literally melt in your mouth good, you have to smoke it. You have to in order for it to break down the proteins to where you can do that. So yeah, that was damn. Babish, you're making me hungry. Don't do that. I mean, who am I kidding? I mean,
That's what happens when you watch his videos.
this is very true. This is very, very, very true. And yeah, I would not mind. I would not mind trying that out one time. Starting up the, because Nikki and Chad actually made a really damn good turkey for Thanksgiving. Did you try any of it?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was, man. It was delicious. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing with this is, with Babish, I can't count how many times I've used him for reference on certain things. For instance, his basics with Babish, and of course the Binging with Babish series. I'd like to meet Andrew. I really would. I think it'd be really cool to meet Andrew. Plus, he's only a year older than me. I thought he was at least a few years older than me, but then again, every time I look in the mirror, I see more and more gray hairs, and I'm like, oh, I get it. 30s, they'll do that.
Yeah, I got all kinds of gray hair.
Yeah,
Might not be able to see it from a distance, but I got all kinds of it.
Well, you got them long flowing locks to kind of hide them.
I noticed I have like a one on the side that's like just a big poof that's all gray. Like,
Well, you said you have a potential.
Gonna die soon.
Shit.
Not long left.
Well, you said you had a potential foolproof plan of fixing that.
It's not really foolproof, but I had an idea, and I might do it eventually. We'll see.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you tuning in, this will be coming off soon in some way. You'll actually see, I'll actually live stream part of the excavation or expulsion of my hair. And, yeah, that's going to be fun. That'll be very, very interesting. But anyway, yeah, binging with Babish, roast beast from How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That looked very good. I would not mind trying that at all. If I could just be in Babish's kitchen and try one thing, I'd be content. Anyway, I think that's going to do it, ladies and gentlemen. So until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
And we'll see you then, everybody. Peace out.